206, 36 yards.
What's better, the throw or the stutter and go? What a route by Jaxon Smith-Njigba, able to run away from Max Melton. But heck of a job, right over the outside shoulder, right foot, left foot.
Who's their best man corner, stems it in, and then again, he just glides. There's no way with his body language for the quarterback. You just can't get a beat on him. He's in cuts, he's out of cuts. Swims, it's hard to hit these. He's so twitchy. JSN on the outcut, but a good decisive throw by Darnold. I was kind of interested in going in this drive.
And we talk about what's made him so effective this year, leading the NFL in receiving yards. Here's a good example of it. Just a subtle movement, fuels leverage.
The go-to guy all day has been Smith-Njigba. Watch, he sells the out, up, and just that double move. Ball's put on the money.
Wait for that to develop. He comes out, Cooper Kupp takes the underneath part of the coverage, and I just don't.
Watch Smith-Njigba, he works, it looks like, and as soon as the safety turns his hip, as soon as Winfield turns his hips to the inside, then Smith-Njigba takes it to the outside, and that's when Darnold lets it fly. And then it's a matter of, can he locate the ball? Winfield never is able to get his head around to locate it. He's in position.
Access out there. You see that space right here again?
Flag
on the play, but he's just working. That's the second time they've run that little in cut and then out route, that double move when he's had access to the outside.
Seattle has scored.
Just watch the route. So he's going to win inside. Then he's going to bend outside to give him some space from the safety before he comes back. And just really...
And the way in which he's able to run routes, he really just does not tip off where he's going. He kind of glides as he runs his routes, and there's no real move at the top of it. A ball that's behind him, not an easy play to make, but that shows you the athleticism and the things that he's capable of doing. I mean, that
8th catch of the day, it's another first down.
Yeah, just an option route. They try to disrupt him. Landman just goes out over the top of him, and JSN works his way behind him.
Dropping him real late in it. But Smith-Njigba just runs past Kool-Aid McKinstry, number 4, and underneath him was Justin Reed, number 21, and that pass, again, dropped in the bucket. Sam Darnold.
Working out of the inside, in the slot, it's just a little wheel route. Look, he sells like he's going to the flat and then turns it up the sideline.
It's a good route by JSN, again on Darius Williams. It's kind of a deep little twisting curl.
Press outside, back up. There's the little stumble you talked about. Xavier Watts, 31, terrible angle. Terrible angle coming down from the safety spot. You've got to...
Here's the touchdown, Al. What a job by Darnold with a nice play fake and a good job of separating by JSN. No receptions in the first half. All 96 yards and a touchdown in the second half.
Now take an eye on it right here. You had some pressure coming off the corner. There's your answer. They throw right into the blitz, and as he's going, it looks like it bounced. He gets on top of Amani Hooker so quickly, so you've got JSN going up against the safety. That's what you want. You're done. You're in trouble right there. He's on top of you, and a really good throw, and really well played. I like the way the hand is up a little bit.
I just got through talking about play action pass. Timed up perfectly with this call. Getting one-on-one on the outside because of the pressure that was brought by Arizona. That leaves them in man coverage, able to take advantage of it as Smith-Njigba.
He's very smooth in and out of breaks. He's got a great feel. He's got change of pace where he's got the ability to run past you if you sit on things. But the start-stop for him, and he's got a low center of gravity. And it's great to listen to coaches talk about that progression from last year to this year. Last year, you've got DK Metcalf. You've got Noah Fant. You've got some other guys around you. When they leave the Seattle Seahawks, he has to step up, and boy, has...
Right on cue. There's the first deep ball connection of the game against Darius Williams outside. And tell you what, they're the best deep ball connection in.
To JSN, and he's able to just run straight to the sticks, chop his feet, and catch the ball for a first down.
It's just going to be lined up to the outside, and with that quick play fake in the backfield, it draws the linebackers that underneath coverage up.
His eyes to be able to move 53 Landman just far enough outside to open that back up. Hard time getting him the ball out wide, so he puts him into the backfield and gets him matched up against Josh Wallace, the slot, who had to try to follow him.
Spot. It's just a little curl route right there, and it's very, very simple. And I tell you, he's a handful for everybody. Just look at that quick little turn, and when you can take that short little throw and get it.
Not trying to cut back into the middle, not trying to be a hero, just get out of bounds. So after he makes Forbes miss, nice job understanding that stopping.
First down.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the one guy you can't let do this, and I know.
Him came out in the gun.
Lou, how about this route, man? Look at this young man off the line of scrimmage. Look at that stab inside, gets Lassiter to release inside, and just, I mean, that's wide open in the NFL. 3 feet of separation.
The development of Jaxon, Smith-Njigba.
That's so good.
Receiver. Just watch the wiggle to the outside. That's how he gets back inside and gets open on the slant route with the outside release. I mean, he's a very, very good route runner. And one of the great things I see.
These guys are all going to the right. This is going to be the free defender right there. Sam's got to catch, get the ball out before, and that slant with that defensive end dropping underneath. Ball out timing, outstanding.
That's Stingley and Anderson, and he split them.
Here early on is coming in, they had been so run heavy, so heavy volume. But I really like mixing in these easy underneath completions, trying to get Darnold.
So you're thinking they've got 2 safeties, they're not going to do anything, but here they come late, walking down there so they could play the man coverage. Good job on the part of Sam Darnold, recognizing that, coming right back to his man look with his.
You see why he has had the top receiving yardage season thus far in the NFL.
It's not a good feeling. Here he is in the backfield again, and this little loop route here to the outside, and Darnold never looked anywhere else. He sees the man-to-man, I'm going to my man. There you go, right in the breadbasket, and what a smoking start to this game by Sam Darnold.
Okay, he might be down inbounds there. Terry McCauley, bring our rules analyst in. What does that mean?
He is down in bounds. They'll reverse that. That means it goes to a running clock. So Seattle can use their last time out.
So they're coming over, and what they're doing is they're getting this backside here to hang off that 2 tight end look. So as Smith-Njigba comes over, there's nobody underneath. You see Gardeck chasing late, but he was there. He got sucked up into that play action, and there's Smith-Njigba. He is so good right now, and I'm telling you,
They might have to make an adjustment here.
watch the hands. Watch his hands. Inside, he just uses that as leverage on Brown, slaps him by, and then cuts back inside and gives a friendly target to the quarterback. And this is not a big dude. I mean, he's 6 foot. He's only 100. You've got that much space right there. And Njigba gets on the toes of the DB and just says, see you later. I'm faster than you. And Sam Darnold.
Great combination route here. Smith-Njigba's to the outside. He's just running a skinny post. Cup to the inside.
Well, you get this much cushion, right? I mean, that's called an access throw. So we're going to just drive the corner off and then sit down, show the inside, double move, then come back to the out. Beautifully executed by Sam Darnold, getting in a little rhythm.
By Sam Darnold, he's really going to feel this defender and just try to negotiate. Is he going to, yep, took the tight end, no problem, got the answer. You see Jaxon, Smith-Njigba work back to the football and still have enough yardage there for that first down. But Sam Darnold, again, with the footwork that he has, just great rhythm.
Jason, this is a great example by number 11, Jaxon Smith-Njigba, seeing that his quarterback is in trouble and then going into their scramble drill. And what does he